Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back in to the Window Sports Betting Podcast. We're trying to turn a losing hobby into a legitimate side hustle. Got some information for you. A couple bets today, quite a few actually. Not even gonna lie. What if I told you that since I started beefing with artificial intelligence and beefing with my smart guy model and doing my own shit, the past 2 days I'm up 10 units. Riddle me this shit. Which goes back to what I always say, and that's there's your model, there's watching the market, and then there's this. And sometimes this just wins, man. It's got to be intuitive sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So it's nice to know that I can still do what I've been doing and stop trying to outsmart myself and try to be a super smart, nerdy numbers guy, which I am not a super smart person, as it were, but I am a numbers guy. And following the numbers tells me everything I need to know, and the past 2 days have shown it. Learn the game, watch the markets, respect the market, and you'll come out ahead given you have the right information. Now, with an absence of information, come here, right here, and I'll get you to the window and get some money in your pockets. And with that being said, let's get into today's slate. I'm not going to hold you. It's Friday. Try to get this to you early. World Cup 4-2. It's all in the, you can follow it all in the Juice Reel app. There's no hiding, no nothing. What you see is what I bet. It's real bets, real money, my money tracked, no hiding. And you'll see the struggle. The struggle is real, man. Like that, there's a reason only like 3% of fucking people who do this shit for a living. There's a reason there's 3% of them that make money long term. I'm not in that 3% yet. I'm trying to get there, but I'm not there yet. It's a work in progress. That's why I'm doing this. This is what keeps me honest, makes me sharper, makes me better, and makes you use the old noodle. So with that being said, let's get into some World Cup action for today. I'm just watching the market. I'm following the money at some of the sharpest books that I have access to odds and betting splits to, one of which is Circa, the big sports book out in Vegas that they take anybody's action. They do not ban you for winning, unlike, DK and FD, the ones you see on the commercials. You start winning bets there, trust me, you're going to get limited. They're going to throw you out. You're not going to be allowed to bet there anymore. So I've got access to some information, and we're going to start off with a party in the USA, baby. Party in the USA. I got a feeling it's going to be a great day, but out of respect for this country, I'm not betting a side on this game, but I am betting the over 2.5 goals in the USA-Australia match. The over 2.5 goals. Chris and I were talking, maybe a draw here. It feels like it, but I don't know. My patriotism doesn't go for draws. You don't play for a tie. You play to win the game, right? Shouts out to you, Herm Edwards. You play to win the game. Give me over 2.5 goals. Australia, USA. Next up, we're taking Morocco, Scotland. Scotland played Haiti. They got 1 goal on Haiti, but Morocco, give us Morocco on the money line. Just, they're better. They need this win. The two best teams in this group are Morocco and Brazil. Morocco just drew with Brazil. They are better than Scotland, in my opinion, from what I have seen. So we're taking Morocco to win against Scotland. Next up, Brazil, Haiti, over 3.5 goals. I was going to bet Brazil's team total over, but I'm just going to take the match total over. This one's got 3-1 written all over it. 3-1, 4-1, who knows? But Brazil is thirsty for goals. After the Morocco match, they're thirsty for goals. Much like Mexico, they believe they have the best football in the world. They're going to have to prove it this year. They are not power rated that high from the sharp cats that I know. They might be 5 or 4, maybe, but public loves them. I get it, but we're taking the over 3.5 goals in Haiti and Brazil. And Paraguay and Turkey, we're taking Paraguay on the money. I mean, no, we're not. We're taking Turkey. My mistake, guys. We are taking Turkey to win on the money line against Paraguay. This is going to be a short, sweet World Cup for Paraguay, it's looking like, but we'll see. But give us Turkey on the money line, and that's our World Cup wrapped up in a nice little bow. Now, on to Major League Baseball. Keep it short and sweet with you. we are on the Cleveland Guardians, my Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland Indians, I still call them, against the Houston Astros. Houston Astros are trash. Tanner Beebe, his record's 2-7. It's the biggest lie in baseball. He's been getting zero run support. I know Jose Ramirez is out, but he's been pitching lights out. The Astros bullpen is a hot mess. So anytime I'm going to get the Guardians at plus money against a crap bullpen, Guardians are scrappy. Give me the Guardians on the money line to win against the Houston Astros. Next up is the Nationals against the Tampa Bay Rays. And Cade Cavalli's going for the Nationals. Griffin Jax is going for the Tampa Bay Rays. Griffin Jax is not a starter. He's a lifetime bullpen guy. Cade Cavalli's a former first-round pick. Around 2.79 ERA over his past recent starts. This Nationals team can hit. You're giving me a bullpen game against a team with a really good offense that's playing well this year. Give us the Nationals at plus money, plus 113 against the Tampa Bay Rays. Next one is the Red Sox. I wanted to take the Red Sox in the first 5 against the Seattle Mariners, but it wasn't plus money, and I don't pay juice in baseball. It's only plus money. So we took the Red Sox for the full game. Ranger Suarez has been dealing. He's been having a good season. He's a crafty vet. Bryce Miller is a good young arm for Seattle. I think the Red Sox bats can get to him in a low-scoring game. The total set at like 6.5. That's crazy to me. Crazy low, but these pitchers are good. Seattle's pitching staff is good, but I think the Red Sox in this spot will get us to the window. Next up is the White Sox at plus 200. Yeah, 2-1. $10 brings you back 30. 100 brings you back 300. Tarek Skubal is back for the Detroit Tigers. I don't care. He's back, and that's cool. But at this price, that's just nuts, and I'm not paying that. And anytime I can get up to 2-1 on my money in a game and a guy coming back his second second start from injury, and I'm getting 2-1, I'm going to take it every time. So give me the White Sox against the Detroit Tigers, and that's going to do it for the Major League Baseball card. We'll get into the WNBA here shortly. One thing, if you see I put my betting ticket up on the screen there. I made a really bad mistake, and I accidentally bet I meant to put 3/4 of a unit, 0.75 units on the White Sox. I put 7.5 units on the White Sox, and I can't fix it. I can't hide it. It's in the app. It's tracked. It's verified. It's audited. It's documented. So if the White Sox don't win, tomorrow's going to look like a horrible day in baseball, but it was an honest mistake. But there's no hiding from it. It is what it is. Next up, we're going to get into the WNBA slate. And let me find it here. Sorry. All right. 3 games, 6 bets, 2 props, and a total, if I'm not mistaken. 2 totals, 2 props, a total, 3 sides. 2 props, 1 total, 3 sides. And it's the quiet shit that nobody's talking about for people who follow the WNBA. First up, we've got the Connecticut Sun, who I've been hard on the Connecticut Sun because they're not a good basketball team. They're rounding in the form. They're getting better, but they are not good. Nobody realizes this, but they should realize this. But Brittany Sykes is Toronto's leading scorer. Always check the injury report. She is out. Their leading scorer is out. So there's a reason this line is so short. Don't just look at it and immediately say, oh, Toronto's only getting what? Toronto's only laying 1.5. They should blow this team out. They should da. Remember, Toronto's bigs, as I said in other podcasts, their front court is not very efficient. They're smaller, they're inexperienced, they're not very tough. Their backcourt is tough and they can play. But with that being said, their front court going against Brittany Griner and Issa Morrow and these girls for the Connecticut Sun, it's going to be a tough game. And without Brittany Sykes facilitating, Marina Mabry used to play for the Sun. They traded her away, pretty much threw her away. Little revenge game for her, maybe. But if she had a running mate with her, I'd be all about it. But she's by herself with someone coming off a guard coming off the bench for her. I think the Sun get the win, but I'll take the 1.5 as a security blanket. Maybe the line moves a little more towards Toronto, but I think it's going to flip once people realize Sykes is out. And same game, I am taking Marina Mabry over I think I have her over 20 and a half points. Let me find it. I'm not sure how this is not on this card. Give me 1 second. Yes, Marina Mabry, over 20 and a half points. Revenge game. Last time she will not, well, maybe they'll probably play later on in the year, but it's her first came back in Connecticut since they traded her to Chicago, and then Chicago let her get drafted in the expansion draft to Toronto. Revenge game, something to prove game. No Brittany Sykes to score. Marina Mabry is your number one option. Toronto's going to know that they're going to D her up, but their guards are not as strong as Toronto's guards. Backcourt edge, Toronto. Front court edge, Connecticut. But give me Marina Mabry, easy for me to say, over 20 and a half points. I think that's probably one of my favorite bets on the board. This one is I'm just going against everybody's on New York's junk, and I am not. Granted, it's either Shakira or Kiki Iriefin are out. Shakira Austin or Kiki Iriefin might be out for Washington. I'm going to double check it right now. One of them's a go, one of them's questionable. Either way, I think, find it right now. Wrong game. Okay, so Kiki Iriefin is back. Shakira Austin is now questionable with a knee. That doesn't bother me. What I see is 13 and a half points to the New York Liberty, who literally just locked in their spot to the Commissioner's Cup championship for, again, like I keep saying, $500,000, which is some of these girls' salaries. So they want to win this tournament. They want to stay healthy, and just get out of there. We had Chicago the other night. Chicago should have won that game outright against New York, and New York was a 10 and a half point favorite. Now you're telling me Washington, who's younger, quicker, faster, healthier, they're getting 13 and a half. Granted, it is in New York, but 13 and a half points is entirely too many in this bettor's opinion. And I just don't think that, laying 13 and a half is crazy with New York at home. We're not doing that. It's a big home favorite. They're not get sloppy with the lead, but again, they can win the game and they just want to get out of there. And I agree with it. You get healthy, get ready for the aces. Yeah, get ready to play the aces for this money, and y'all get to the window. All right. Next up, Minnesota Golden State. I'm taking the over 162 and a half in this game. Honesty up front, this is the hardest leg of the card because two of the better defenses on the card. But that being said, I'm betting the numbers on the offensive efficiency for Minnesota are through the roof. They're putting up 90, 93, 95 points. They're averaging 90 points a game. Golden State is going to have to keep up. I think that they will keep up. So we're taking the over 162 and a half. Both offenses are very, very efficient. Now, granted, they held Los Angeles to 58 points the other night, but that was the third road game in 6 days for LA. Legs were tired. They were tired. It was a long road trip. That's the reason that happened. So we're taking the over 162 and a half in that game, and we're also taking Golden State plus the 3.5. Their home court on a Friday night. Minnesota's in the middle of a long road trip, just like LA was. So they're catching a lot of teams at the tail end of a long road trip, and it's going to be tough for Minnesota to come into that place and win by more than a couple of buckets. And they're giving me 3.5. That's a little more than the bucket. I'm going to take it every time and take it to the window and cash it. I just think that the home court is just different in Golden State. It's turning out. It's one of the best home courts in basketball in the W. And I think that that's going to affect this team who's been on the road for, this will be 5 days now. Hadn't been home, hadn't slept in their own beds, and now you got to go out and hoop. And you're not in the Commissioner's Cup, even though you won. It's tough. It's a tough ask. Next up, two last props in the same game. Olivia Miles, again, I'll say it again, got her at 3-1 for Rookie of the Year before the season started. She is on a tear. She dropped 31 2 nights ago, most of it before halftime. She's the engine making this team not even miss Nafisa Collier, which is crazy. It's the sturdiest prop for me because her points are set at 16 and a half. Golden State's guards play tough and they're experienced. So her points could be an issue, but she is, I think I heard somebody call her a mix between Steph Curry and Magic Johnson because, she's just a baller. And I'm going to ride this to her and Jessica Shepard. points, rebounds, assists, over. Ride it every night. If they keep setting it at 28.5, keep going over. So Olivia Miles over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And on the other side, and that's for the Minnesota Lynx. And for Golden State, we're taking Gabby Williams over 15.5 points. She's the hottest scorer in the building lately. She's 60 points in the last 3 games, 25 in the last one. At home, with the offense running through her, I'm not chasing a hot hand and riding a hot hand. Chasing is betting on last night's box score. Her form has been insane lately. Her role hasn't changed. She is coming into her own. Definitely an all-star this year. So we're going to take Gabby Williams over 15.5 points. And that's the card, guys. Go back, check it out. We are on the USA over. Let me read it all off to you. We're on the USA, Australia over 2.5 goals in the World Cup. We're on Morocco on the money line against Scotland. We're on Turkey on the money line against Paraguay. And we're on Brazil and Haiti over 3.5 goals. Major League Baseball, Guardians on the money line, Washington Nationals to win, the Red Sox to win, and the White Sox to win. Again, the White Sox was a complete screw up. I put 7.5, almost 8 units on the White Sox to win. Completely accidental. That really sucks, but go White Sox. I will not be watching that game. I put way too much money on it completely by accident. Idiot, idiot, idiot. And in the WNBA, we are on the Minnesota Lynx plus 3.5. For the Golden State Valkyrie, we are on Gabby Williams over 15.5 points. Back to the Minnesota Lynx, we are on Olivia Miles over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Minnesota Golden State over 162.5. So that's 4 bets on one game. The other 2, Marina Mabrey over 20.5 points in her revenge game against the Connecticut Sun, who traded her. We are on Connecticut plus the 1.5 because Brittany Sykes is out. Their leading scorer will not be playing. So give us Connecticut at home to get their first win in about 7 or 8 games. And last one, the Washington Mystics plus 13.5 against the New York Liberty. That number's way too high. I think it's crazy. All right. You guys have a great Friday. Happy Juneteenth. Go USA. World Cup Day is a celebration. Party in the USA. Let's go dominate Australia. World Cup action. Hey, guys, don't bet what you can't afford to lose. If a bet makes you sweat, you are not doing it right. This is Jemiah. To the window. Love.